Alright guys, we're back at Centennial Customs. We're back on the 54 build. In this video we're going to be wrapping up the box, finish out this floor. We got a lot more parts. That big box is a roll pan, so we're going to finish off the rear bumper section. And then all these parts are my air suspension parts, so we can finally figure out mounting spots for the tank and whatnot, compressors. Figure out where they're going to live, add the bracing for it, and then we could go ahead and add the sheet metal, finish this all completely up. We're going to try to get this box wrapped up here in this video, and then we'll be one step closer to getting this thing torn apart again for paint. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, last we actually worked on this box and building this bed floor. I didn't want to finish it off, I didn't want to seal up this back part, and I didn't want to seal up the front part because I was waiting on parts. At this point, I didn't have this tunnel cover built. As you can see here, the tunnel cover rolls into this box. Takes up a lot of room in the front, so I'm glad I didn't do the floor before that. I also originally wanted all my air tank and compressors and everything. This is my air tank and everything for my air suspension because this thing is on airbags. So last time I had the big debate, do I put my air tank and everything up at the front, up against this tunnel cover, which I'm not against. I do have some bracing under this seam and that seam that might line up for the air tank and compressors. A second option is also in this back section. So I'm kind of rambling now. Let's get this box. I don't know. I think I have to take the box off to cut this out. I'm going to try not to because it's heavy now, but let's figure some stuff out. Okay, so I got all this cut out. I had to take the lower brace off just to make more room so you can get in there and make the cuts. Off first glance, I really don't think the air tank's going to fit above the hitch. I think it's going to be too big. But let's unbox that stuff and we'll test fit it. Only one way to really find out. Okay guys, here we have all my air suspension stuff. If you've been following the build, the truck's already on bags. Like I said earlier, it's an Envoy, so I got strut bags in the front and then just slam bags in the back. But I don't have any air tank compressors, air management system. So I reached out to the guys at airslamit.com and they hooked it up. Super appreciative of them. Let's open some of the stuff up and take a look. This is going to be my Air Max tank. It's an aluminum 5-gallon tank. It's the same tank I'm actually running on my 86 C10, except that this one is nice and black. So this tank, let's open it right up here. Take a look at that, 5-gallon aluminum, tons of ports, really nice finish on it. Really excited to have that in the truck. So the kit I chose ended up with the Airlift 3. I'm really excited to have ride height sensors. You get 5 presets. You just hit a button, truck will lift up to whatever setting you're on. You're cruising. Don't have to worry about anything. If I'm towing a trailer and the back end's lower, it senses that and it'll just put air pressure up there. So this is a huge thing. It's one of those things I always have wanted to have something of ride height sensors just because it's easy. It's, you know, the system itself is smart and it's constantly learning. I'm really excited to get this set up and everything. Here's my nice manifold, so all my lines will run in here. I'll have all my lines from my compressor to my tank into the manifold. Manifold will control which air will go out to which bag to raise or lower. Here are all my ride height sensors. With wiring harnesses. This kit's just, it's a kit, right? It's just easy. Everything plugs in together. Full, all that wiring, lines, everything, all the fittings you need. One-stop shop, air slam it. Another relay harnesses for the compressors. Compressor mounting brackets. Bunch of fittings. More compressor mounts. Guys, these guys know it all. These guys have the full-on kit. Even include water traps. Water traps are super important on your air system. Can't let that water get into your valves or into your bags. Got to keep that water out. So we got 2 water traps. Everything you need. Here we got the Air Max X series compressors. I upgraded a little bit to them. These are the quietest and the fastest compressors on the market. Fill a 5-gallon tank, which I have, to 200 psi in 3 minutes, and I got 2 of these compressors. Really excited. I have Air Max, I believe they're 580s on my gray C10, which I'll show a clip of that, and they've been awesome. I've had it for, I don't even know, 8 years bagged, and it's been problem-free, no issues at all. Trust Air Max products. I trust Air Slam It. That's where I ordered all my stuff before. Previously on my 86, and now they're willing to help us out on this build, which is huge. So thankful for that. So guys, there's a link in the description. It'll get you 5% off. It helps me give them feedback that I'm helping them out as much as they're helping me out. So make sure you guys use that link in the description. And thanks again, airslamit.com. Appreciate it. Let's get some of these guys installed. I did try my tank back here. It doesn't fit. If I probably could force it in there, but it'll scratch the crap out of the tank. So not going down there. I'll do some sort of boxes here for storage, maybe put some detailing stuff or whatever else I need down there. So this is kind of the layout I'm looking at back here. It's up against the tunnel cover. It's on that little lower step that I made, which I'm really glad I did, because once I get these compressors up on the brackets, it's going to be very tight to the tunnel cover. The tank should be about perfect, and then my manifold will go there. I'm going to flip it just so that the air lines and stuff will go out under the tank. Okay, like usual, we got problems. I mounted and drilled the holes and even put nice rib nuts in the floor to mount those. Once you get them on the isolator bushings, it's too tall. My tunnel cover will hit, and that happens to be exactly where the latch is, and even the latch on this passenger side, and it's just essentially not going to work. So just wasted a bunch of time drilling those holes. I'll have to cut the rib nuts out, I guess, and weld up those holes at one point. So my new plan is that I'm going to sink the compressors down into this gap. They actually fit like basically perfect in there. So I think my plan is to get some wider steel than I have anything here on that compressor here, On this compressor with the mounting points, they're about 3.5 inches, so I'm going to get something that's 4 inches wide, and I'll essentially mount both compressors to that whatever piece of steel it is, if it's angle iron or flat bar or whatever, and then I'll sink it in here and just kind of figure out how high I can go off the fuel pump and give that a tack to each bedside, and then we'll put the tank in front of it and give that a little lift, but still clears here. And then it'll actually turn out really clean because all my wires and everything will be ran under the tank, the compressors will be hidden, you'll just really see the tank and a couple little hoses and the manifold. So that's the plan. Unfortunately I don't have the steel here today, and it's the weekend, so we're gonna put air tank mounting on hold for a sec, and we're gonna start looking at this rear end here and see if we can do some roll pan stuff. Okay, so I ended up not cutting out the box yet. I just mocked it up on top, so this whole thing will slide back a few inches once that's all cut. I like it up here. It's got a good gap along the tailgate. It'll look clean. It will slide back and meet the fender sides more, and then because I did move my fender forward because of the body swap, I'll have to lengthen these a bit, but I knew that going into that. No big deal. So I got a line marked out there. I just got a self tapper holding this up right now. Zip that out, make one big cut on this structure, and it should slide up there nice, and we'll go from there. Alright, it's been a few days, but we got the roll pan just clamped into place. We're going to start in this little filler section here. Okay, I got these little extensions fabbed up, very simple, whatever, bent edge, bent edge, tack together. Side number 2, tack together. I left them long because, like I said, the fenders might move. The fenders are just in there with self tappers right now. That'll be kind of a finalized thing once we get more to the bodywork stage. I'm gonna pull this roll pan off, fully weld this, metal finish it, put it back up, and see how she all looks, and find some mounting positions for it. Alright, we got both sides wrapped up, turned out nice and clean. Off to the other side. Nice and clean. I'm gonna leave it a little bit raw for now. I just got some self-tappers and clamps holding in. I might want to like try to pull this out and match this radius, but I also might want to run the exhaust through there. We possibly could do exhaust there, have some type of tip, maybe come down to a cone or something like that. Do something out the back. I mean, really, you could do something, some notches or something like that. I don't know if I want to get that crazy. I like the clean look, but it'd be a good idea to come out here. So I'm not going to totally finish this yet. I'm not going to make mounts yet because I don't want them to get in the way if I do run the exhaust yet. So I just got self-tapper in each front and then some clamps in the back. But really happy how that turned out. Got the hole cut for the recess for the hitch. Looks good. Alright, jumping back into the air compressors, I got this 4-inch wide piece of steel. It's 3/8 thick, so it's crazy thick, way overkill. We're going to weld this into that gap. I got some holes drilled with rib nuts. This compressor is tight, so I like these bushings. Even though they're tight, there's still lots of play, so this compressor could vibrate and make all the noise it wants and it won't vibrate the truck. These holes I just got to make a little bit bigger, but I've already destroyed 2 drills and a bunch of drill bits, so I'll do those later. Yeah, let's get this welded in the truck, wrap this up. Okay, we got that board or piece of metal welded in there, just tacked in for now. Got to finish drilling some of these holes, but they do fit. It's a little tight. I mean, if I have to later on dent this box or something, if it's vibrating a little bit, not the end of the world. Box is already pretty beat up, but we'll do everything we can to not. Air tank will come back more. It's just I still have to trim these studs, so I'll do that at a later date. It is sitting up on the pedestal, the air tank that is, and the tunnel cover does clear, so really happy with that. So that should take care of all of our clearance problems, sinking those compressors down, and then, like I said, we'll put the manifold in front of it. But I'm going to need your guys' help here. Leave a comment. First off, do I do the exhaust exit out there? Second off, do I bother making this tailgate functional? I mean, tailgate goes obviously down to the end of the normal box. It's not even going to go halfway. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really going to be worth it. Not that I'm ever going to open the tailgate. I could easily just reach over and put something. I still want to make those boxes down here. I guess that's going to be in a later video because I didn't really realize until I was starting to mess up the air suspension. I need a spot to put my batteries, and I don't have any battery boxes yet. I'm planning on running 2 batteries, and I'm running out of space back here. If you're ever building something, you should have all your parts in stock in the building before you start doing the floor, because I could have built battery boxes and stuff. But I do have room kind of in this inner fender area. So I looked from underneath, there's lots of room essentially right here, and I could weld in a battery box out right off the frame there, and it won't get in the way of anything. I'll just have to trim and make some sort of weatherproof box again, but that'll be a later video. This will be a later video. Finishing that up will be a later video. Oh God, dropped my tailgate.